Hi, this is Ben Poole for Finextra, and I'm joined by Penny Hembrow from CGI to talk about some of the major trends in banking. Thanks for joining me, Penny.
Thanks, Ben. I'm talking about the results of our strategic planning process, where we go out and we interview over 1,000 of our clients every year to talk to them about what are their key trends in the industry, what are their business implications of those key trends, what are the IT priorities, where do they see innovation coming from in their industry. And I'm particularly going to be talking about the 133 interviews that we did with banks this year, and they're split between retail banking, corporate and transaction banking, and capital markets.
What are the big trends that retail banks are talking about today?
Well, we've seen such a shift from last year. So what's coming across overwhelmingly is the impact of the digital consumer on retail banking. They are voting with their feet, they're demanding new services, competition is coming in, both from other banks, also non-banks, and from the fintech world, coming in and competing and eroding the traditional lucrative business areas of banks today. And that pace of change is very, very fast. And banks are saying, how do I move to the new business model? What is that new business model? And how do I do that given the legacy national infrastructures as well as the bank's own infrastructures, so that's IT, technology and branches and people, moving into the digital world at pace? How do I go through and do that?
And what would you say are the business and IT implications that people are reacting to from this trend?
Well, big change again this year. So business leaders, 53% of them are saying our transformation, our digital transformation is underway. But 30% are either investigating or in proof of concept. That's a very, very significant shift from last year. So how are they doing that? They're saying what's really important right now is to safeguard the revenue we have, the customers we have. So they're putting investment into looking like a digital capability. They're building out omni-channel. They're starting to innovate into overlay services to compete against the new competition. But in the background, IT is being told to get down, run the bank costs, because the business needs to change the bank to innovate. How are they doing that? Well, they also not only have to keep the costs down and modernise their legacy, what they're having to do is to do that in a way that's fast enough and agile enough in order to create digital backends to these banks. Big, big challenges. So from an IT perspective, they're looking at IT modernisation and then helping the business to build out their digital front of house and innovate with their services, but also to create the data stores to enable the business to know about the consumers. Now, both of those things are competing for funding, and a retail bank today has less than 25% of its Change the Bank budget available for innovation, available for digital transformation. It's not a significant amount of that budget. And the rest is all going on mandatory change driven by regulation about improving their cybersecurity and about modernising what they have. So let's just talk finally about modernisation. In modernisation, there are few banks today that are saying they're going to replace their core banking platform. What they're looking to do, in parallel with building out their digital front of house capability, is to modernise what they have. That means deduplicating, re-architecting, re-platforming. Very few of them are saying put in a new core banking platform because it's too risky and too high cost. So bankers today, in response to digital, are doing two things: making sure they compete and making sure they're taking the cost down and modernising their back office to create their digital future.
And speaking of the future, looking 2 or 3 years down the line, how do you see digital transformation continuing to affect retail banks?
I think it'll transform the banking model, full stop. I think it will create a range of new overlay services to the consumer. I think we'll see significant investment in those services, or link up with new providers into the banks. Either they're part of their innovation labs or their fund tech investments, bringing those services to the bank's consumers. And I think on the other side, we'll start to see the emergence of financial marketplaces, places where you can go in, you can create your preferences, set your goals, and where that organisation, that regulated bank, will provide you with the services and products and capability to manage your financial well-being. I don't know which one we'll get. Maybe we'll get both.
Exciting times. Thank you very much, Penny.
Thank you.